Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Kris Vallotton. I'm author of the book, School of the Prophets, and I want to welcome you to session number 4. And in this session, I want to talk to you about prophetic perspectives. And Jesus said this. We'll just begin with this verse. It's in Luke 8:18. He said, "Therefore consider carefully how you listen." Consider carefully how you listen. Now, Jesus often talked to us about what we see, but this particular verse, he talks to us about how we hear. And I'd like to just convince you today that you actually see the world, hear the world, perceive the world with an accent that you usually don't know you have. I remember the very first time I went to England. Some of you folks are from England, and boy, have you guys messed up the English language. I don't know what you did to it. And when I went to England the first time and I listened to the English people speak, I'm like, wow, these people have a strange accent. And I said to them, almost in every meeting, teased them, I said, you guys have a very strange accent. What have you done to the English language? Well, how many of you know they think I'm the one with the accent? So the deal is that we speak with an accent. And by the way, I've been places where they say they speak English. I'm not even sure what that is. Like, this is English. But we always think that the other person has the accent. And we assume that our accent is the original. As a matter of fact, we don't think we have one until we meet somebody with a different one. I'd like to propose to you that you actually see with an accent. That you actually view the world not as it is, but as you are. And that actually you see what you're prepared to see. Actually, unless you proactively don't do this, you read the Bible to validate what you already believe. And that's why there's a few people in the world that I think carry a spirit of revelation, and they come to the Bible to actually receive new revelation instead of validate what they've already believed. And so, it's one reason why we get really strange doctrines. People, they have this opinion, and they find it in the Bible. How many know you can kind of make the Bible say whatever you want it to say if you take things out of context? And so we see not as the world is. We don't see the world the way that it is. We tend to see the world the way that we are, and we tend to look for what we already believe to be true. I know there's people in here, you've thought that you bought a really unique car. Or maybe ladies, you thought, well, you bought this dress, and you're like, I'm the only one who has this dress, right? And you come to church, and 4 other ladies have the dress. You're like, what the heck? I've never seen anyone wear this dress before. I remember I was in a conference with Lance Wallnau, and he was doing this whole thing on the lens of your life and on the way you view the world. And there was flags that you could come up and take a flag out of a barrel during worship, and they had this large amount of room, and you could wave flags as part of the worship service. And there were different colors of flags. And so he brought the barrel up, which probably had, 30, 40 flags in it, maybe 7 or 8 colors. And he said to the conference, people at the conference, he said, I want you to count all the gold flags. And he slowly turned the barrel, and we were to count the gold flags. So we did that, and when he was done, he said, everybody close your eyes. Tell me how many red flags are in the barrel. Well, there was a couple of people, they just make me sick. Just know everything, have photographic memory, But most of us in the conference, I don't know how many red flags there were. You said count gold flags. And then he said, what I believe is very true. He said, you see what you're prepared to see. You tend to see life the way you believe it is. So you superimpose your belief system over life, and it validates, and you find circumstances to validate whether it's true or not. You believe it to be true because you find circumstances that you read into what's happened that validates that what you do believe is actually true. And so Jesus makes this comment, consider carefully, or I think the King James Version says, beware of how you hear. And I think Proverbs 4:23 says this, watch over your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring all the issues of life. We all know that if there's something happening, I used to wear glasses, if you sneeze and you got, stuff on your glasses, you look out and it looks like boogers are on everybody. But actually the problem is there's something wrong with the lens. There's something wrong with my lens.